Hi, my name is Bas and let's get to painting.
Before we begin to paint, we need to smooth the surface of the base. We need this to ensure that our marble effect looks as convincing as possible. Since the marble is smooth, this is why we polish our base. I work with one rough file followed by multiple fine-grained ones to achieve the smoothness I need. And no need to worry about small scratches, the primer coat will even out the surface and will hide them all. I use black primer from AK Interactive to cover all the surface of the base. Feel free to choose any primer you like as long as you let it cure properly. I dilute the primer with water in a roughly 1:1 ratio and apply it using a 0.4 needle at 20-25 psi. Here comes the fun part. Remove a wet napkin from the pack, leave it to dry for a couple of hours. Once it's completely dry, pull it apart to create a random texture. And be careful not to tear the napkin, it might spoil the marble effect. One of the main tricks here is to secure the napkin firmly around the base and avoid moving it. This time I'm using Ivory from Pro Acryl to achieve the effect, but honestly any bright color will work. Screaming Skull from GW, Mojave White from Scale 75 or any white. As for me, I prefer to use warmer tones because they seem more natural to me. The next tip is to avoid thinning the paint too much, since overly diluted paint will seep through the napkin and ruin the effect. Also remember to keep napkin tightly wrapped around the base. Allow the paint to dry thoroughly before removing the napkin. If you rush this step, you will likely ruin the marble effect. I work in fine layers, giving them from 10 to 20 seconds to dry, and speed up curing by blowing only air through my nozzle. And this is how you get the marble effect. You can trim the base and call it done, but stay with me, we're going to make it a little more interesting. This step is completely optional. Take your Seraphim Sepia shade or any warm sepia shade you have, and an old loose brush. Load a little paint onto the brush, then dab off the excess. Next, make few random stippling motions, focusing mostly on the lighter areas of the base. Adding sepia will enhance the marble effect. Finally, I trim the base using AK Intense Black, and that's all. You might need a couple of tries, but believe me, the technique is simple, rewarding, and really makes your bases pop.
And that's it, all said and done. If you find this video useful, give it a like, share, and most important, don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you at the desk.